here I am once again doing something I said I wasn't going to do. I planned on starting most of my plants and then bringing them out to the garden so they wouldn't get ate by bugs. But I don't really have time to do all that right now. So I'm going to put these seeds in the ground and hope for the best. I don't just plant a bunch of vegetables and stuff to eat. I also like to plant flowers. Some of the flowers I plant are edible, like nasturtiums, and some are just for the pollinators. One thing I've mentioned before is that I have a problem with bugs eating my plants when they first pop up. These could get ate too, but I'm hoping they don't. But that's one of the reasons I've started most of my seeds so far. But with things like beans, they're so easy, you can just stick them in the ground. Half of them get ate, but it's easier to succession sow those instead of starting them and having to plant over and over again. And they don't really like their roots disturbed. I've already planted noodle beans on all of these trellises. Well, just these two. And more than half made it okay. But some of them did get eaten. So they need to be replaced and resown. These two made it fine, but the rest did not. Asparagus beans are really good in stir fries. All I do is poke a hole in my finger and stick the seeds in. Beans are also a really fast growing plant. And when it comes to pole beans or anything that vine, trellises really are a great use for those. And since we're on the subject of talking about beans, this year I'm going to be planting a number of different kinds of beans. The burgundy potted, I've planted these before. I really like them. They're purple, but when you cook them, they turn green. And I'm going to plant the Cherokee wax yellow beans. I've never grown these before, but I'm willing to give them a try. I'm also going to be growing the pinto beans. Those are another runner beans that is going to go on a trellis. And I'm going to be growing rattlesnake pole beans for the first time this year. It's supposed to be one of those beans that you can use it for numerous things. You can use it as a dried bean, or kind of like a field peas, or green beans. We'll give it a shot. One that I'm really excited about is dragon tongue bush beans. So they're like yellowish with purple streaks, and I think those are going to be really pretty. Also, my husband really loves the way I store all my seeds. And I know that because he's always saying things like, you can't find a better place for these, or do seeds really go in the kitchen? You can't put them somewhere else, like where when you open a drawer they don't fall out on the floor. And he's always saying other things too, like, how does dirt get on the kitchen table? No. Maybe it was the potatoes. Maybe it was my dirty hands holding these seed packets. I'm going to plant my dragon tongue bush beans in between the rutabagas. And the thought behind that is that after the rutabagas are done, then the beans will take their spot. During the winter, I make all these grand gardening plans. I draw everything out in a notebook, label where I'm going to plant everything. And then spring comes, and I just throw it off to the side and forget all about it. Plant everything in all different places. Okay. What I'm doing is putting them about 6 to 8 inches down. Or 6 to 8 inches apart. Probably like finger joint deep. First knuckle. I just smushed my plant. It's fine. So I've never tried the dragon tongue bush beans. Not really sure what they taste like. Sure, taste like beans like the rest of them. The burgundy potted tastes just like green beans, so I know we like them. So I'll plant 3 rows of them, and the dragon tongue bush beans just 1. Also, the more you pick bush beans, the more they produce. Try to be careful with that tomato plant. It's not like I need it. I got plenty, but I want to see what it is. And also, when these collars are done, I'm not 100% sure what I plan on planting in its spot. Okay, so the plan is to plant my tomatoes down these fence lines. So the bush beans can put ground cover along the sides of the tomatoes. It helps shade out the ground and help keep moisture in the dirt. Tomatoes and beans are a great pair to intercrop. I like to intercrop a bunch of my raised beds because it helps save room in most of my beds. So I try to pair taller stuff with shorter things so that it allows for airflow. had to make some room, so looks like turnips ready for supper. When it comes to any kind of greens, you can harvest the bottom layer of the leaves and just leave the very top for it to keep growing, and you can harvest greens like multiple times. Like collards and kale are actually a biannual. And what that means is it can last up to 2 years, sometimes longer. I've had kale plants last for like 3 years and continuously harvesting like the bottom layers. Just a little fun fact for you. Well, that was most of my beans planted. I still have 2 other varieties. And also, like I said before, saving seeds is really easy. With beans, you just wait till the pods dry. You let them dry on the plant, and then you harvest them, and you have your seeds. I don't make like a particular spot for flowers and things. I kind of just tuck them in wherever I find room.
Hello guys, my cousin's here, but she can't be in a video, I think, because her mom won't let her. She's right behind me. What, Mommy? Mommy, what?
We haven't asked her mama yet.
What?
And now I'm going to order everything in and call it a day.
You taking a picture of me? Good. You taking a picture of me?